The Veterinary Cordon Fence, or Red Line as it's famously known, remains a controversial topic of debate amongst Namibians. The government has since independence led several discussions with stakeholders over its removal, but without success. Many farmers are reportedly for the removal of the fence, while others south of the Red Line are against it out of fear of what could happen to the beef sector. The Okakarara Farmers Association, while carefully considering various factors, suggests that it moves 80 kilometers into Omuthiya.
Because the challenge is the border between Namibia, Angola, Namibia, Zambia. If we don't rectify that side, the removal of this borderline, it's very difficult for our industry. While we think we will come and join our colleagues here, we are just spoiling the whole market. Because the buyer is not us. It's not us in the south that buy the meat. It's somebody sitting in America. NAMLIX came in with its many rules that a farmer, ordinary farmer, cannot comply with. The selling of our own cattle has become a problem nowadays. That AirTech is not 40, 90 days compliant. That AirTech, therefore the market this side is also not easy, colleagues.
The history of the Red Line is seen as a controversy dating back to the early years of Germany's colonial rule over Namibia. Kazetjikuria feels the purpose it serves is far from what it was meant for.
When you look at the challenge, there were two things that are linked. Is the Ministry of Safety using the same line for their control purpose? It has now become also a line that is used to check whether when you are coming from north, do you have all the documents needed? Is this car not stolen? I think for me, or for us, that have also changed the purpose of the whole fence, or the whole veterinary cordon fence. I think that part must be divorced away from the purpose where the fence or cordon was erected. Because now it becomes like a discriminatory something. I can move from here to Windhoek. Nobody is asking me anything on the way. There is no gate. But should somebody move from Oshikoto to Windhoek, there is police officer standing there checking his car and whatever. That in itself also provoke the user of the road to see this line is still there for the apartheid purpose.
From a veterinary standpoint, Kazetjikuria feels the fence is necessary as the countries importing Namibia's beef have high standards.
When you look at it from the veterinary point of view, one would say the border is needed. Because if you look at all those countries that I've mentioned where we export our meat, they set requirements. And their requirements are clear. They want to buy meat from a free zones. And when you are talking of free zones, is where we don't have this foot and mouth disease. At one point we were saying those zones are free for the past 50 years, for the past 40 years. But last month something happened that the whole market that side, because of a cow that come from either Angola or Zambia, it was detected there. Imagine if that fence was already removed. What could happen to the industry, the meat industry in Namibia at its totality? The whole country could be black today. But fortunately, because of that line, the government managed to quarantine those areas, and the ministry intervened, and at the end, a solution was found.
For farmers north of the fence to benefit from the beef market, the OFA suggests that the veterinary cordon fence moves 80 kilometers into Omuthiya. Despite a proposed relocation of the VCF to the Angolan border, the idea, according to experts, remains impractical due to the frequent movement of livestock herds across the Namibian-Angolan border. Additionally, building a new fence would be costly.